Another Liberal cabinet minister, another malfunction at the junction. This time it's Veterans Affairs. For the second time in as many weeks, a Liberal cabinet minister has short-circuited in real time in public under the slightest bit of scrutiny. Veterans Affairs Minister Jill McKnight was left stunned, silent, during a House of Commons committee hearing this week, unable to answer basic questions about her department's $79 million program to combat veterans' homelessness. McKnight's Tuesday appearance at the House of Commons Veterans Affairs Committee went bizarrely, and I'm being real charitable when I say that. Conservative MP Blake Richards left her unable to answer if her own veterans employment program had even employed a single veteran. Look at this.
Hi, Minister. You, in your opening remarks, you referenced the veterans employment strategy that your government launched in June of 2024, so about 16 months ago. Can you tell me how many more veterans are employed since June of 2024?
In the time that I've been with Veterans Affairs Canada, we have been working to roll out this program, to build engagement, to ensure that we are working on connecting the skills that veterans are releasing with.
So I have zero doubt about any of that. I'm sure you're doing everything that you within your strategy. What I'd like to know is what the results are. How many more veterans are employed? Has veteran unemployment reduced?
So at this moment, we are in the process of rolling the strategy out to make those connections so that we can track for that information.
I only have a limited amount of time, so I'm sorry to interrupt, but you're telling me that 16 months in, you're just starting to roll out the strategy. You have no way to tell us if there's been results in 16 months?
Then it was weird, awkward silence when he asked McKnight for an update on how many homeless veterans had been helped since the 2023 launch of the Veterans Homelessness Program. Look at this.
Do you know how many homeless veterans there were in 2023 versus how many there are now? I would hope you're not still rolling that one out. That's 2.5 years.
That program has been moving forward, and simply put, one homeless veteran is too many. As you mentioned, that program has been rolling out in conjunction with the Ministry of Housing and Infrastructure.
So do we know what the results are from that? Do we know how, like, the number of homeless veterans now compared to what it was in 2023 when it was introduced?
In the last data that we have from the census was in 2021. We will see new information following the 2026 census. Okay. I can speak to...
Sorry, I'm sorry to interrupt again, but I only have a limited amount of time. April 2023, you put out a strategy. 2.5 years later, in late 2025, you're telling me that the best data you have is from 2021. So you have no way of knowing whether what you're doing is working.
Now, according to Blacklocks, who originally broke this story in a June 13th internal briefing note titled Veteran Homelessness, McKnight's department estimated that there were approximately 2,000 veterans who were homeless across Canada throughout a calendar year, compared to 2,400 in 2023. It's a slight improvement, but the thing is, McKnight didn't know that. McKnight was appointed Veterans Affairs Minister on May 13th, and she is the 8th minister in just 6 years. Now, McKnight's performance follows last week's viral moment from Health Minister Marjorie Michel, who fell silent at a press conference after a question from Rebel News boss Ezra Levant about the mass ostrich cull in British Columbia. Remember this?
I have a question about the ostrich farm. Now, don't worry, I'm not going to ask about the lawsuit because I don't want you to talk about anything that are before the courts. But there was a letter, and I noticed in the statement you talk about Canada-U.S. cooperation. I know that Robert F. Kennedy Jr., your U.S. counterpart, has written saying he thinks that there's some medical research value in these ostriches because they had avian flu, but then have recovered and are now immune. In fact, he's offered to do the research and even to pay for it. It seems to me that we need allies around Trump's cabinet table. And if you could throw him a bone and say, sure, Secretary Kennedy, you can study these birds, it's sort of no skin off Canada's nose. And don't you think it would be helpful to have an ally in Trump's cabinet when we're doing our trade negotiations?
Prochaine question, merci.
That's my question. Don't you think it would be helpful to have a friend?
Next reporter, merci.
Oh, you're not going to answer, Minister?
Prochaine question, merci.
I don't understand. Did I do something wrong?
Next question, thank you.
Minister, did I miss an answer? I don't get it. Okay, I'll sit down. I guess it's question period, not answer period.
Merci beaucoup.
Different minister, same, weird, vacant, blank stare. Just another reminder that this Liberal government seems to need a handler to get through a question about what exactly it is they do around here. For Rebel News, I'm Sheila Gunn-Reid. To learn more about the story that caused the health minister to short circuit, please go to savetheostriches.com.